Do you want a clear and step-by-step method for navigating the US30 market this week? Well, you're in luck because in this video, I'm going to show you my support and resistance zones. I'm also going to show you my entry and exit zones and then potential profit targets. And the key thing with US30 is paying attention to all the details. So in this video, I'm also going to share any little details that's going to help you better navigate the market so that way you could avoid potential losses. Let's get into it. Okay, so as usual, let's go ahead and get started on the weekly time frame. And as you can see for this past week, price was very bullish, making another new high inside of this market. And I want to mark off this level at the very top. So this is going to be at the top of the wick of the weekly candle, and this is going to be at 42,930 roughly. So now that we got that drawn, the other level that I want to mark off is around 40,222. And that is looking good. Okay, so now that we got our weekly marked up, let's go ahead and go to the daily. All right, cool. So now we can see a lot more detail inside of this market, and I do want to mark off some levels. So the first level is going to be around 41,872, and it's mainly due to all of this kind of choppiness inside of this area. You can see that price kept coming back to the zone and going up, coming back, going up, coming back, going up. So pretty much that whole cycle lasted for over a week. And then finally price broke out. So I definitely want to pay attention to that area as a potential key area inside of this market. So another level that I want to mark up is at 41,541. Now this is kind of a small zone, but one of the reasons why I want to mark this up is because we have a nice support here. There is a gap here, but there is all this space in between for a potential trade. So another level that I am looking at right now would be at 40,661. So let's go ahead and mark that off. And then going below this really big level, something that I would be paying attention to for sure would be this level right here at 38,600. So we're just going to pay attention to that, and basically anything below this level, it could possibly take a lot of volume for it to push down. So we're not going to worry about that for now. So let's go ahead and go to the H4 time frame. Now we have a lot more data inside of this market. So let me just squeeze things in so that way we can see it all. So now we can see that there are some really clear levels inside of this market, and I do want to mark off some more things. So the first thing I see that is really easy for me to spot is right here at 42,392, and we may refine this level when we go down to lower time frames, but right now we're just going to mark that off, mainly because this is that choppy area, and you can see very clear resistances that are formed inside of the zone. So basically I'm just capping the zone off, and now I have a new zone to potentially trade from. And then similar right here at 41,573, I am going to mark off this level about right there. Actually, I'm going to extend it right there, but I may adjust this a bit when we go down to lower time frames. So far, this is looking good on H4. Let's go to H2. So here is that top area that I talked about before. This is still looking good. Now we have this level that we drew on previous time frames. You can see a lot more detail now. We're going to get back into that when we go and talk about our game plan for the upcoming week. And now we have this other zone still looking good. Although, let me see what it will look like if I moved it a little bit closer. Now we're sitting at 41,800 and let's just say 70. So I like this a lot better because we have a support. We have all of these rejections throughout here. So many rejections, but it's still looking good. So let's go down to this other level. So this level right here was a little tricky area, mainly because we have a lot of choppiness, a lot of consolidation. You see that there's really big candles and then really tiny candles. Sometimes that is due to the market being maybe in London or New York session, and then the transition to the Asian session may have much lower volume than those sessions. Sometimes not. So with this particular level, I actually want to move it down to 41,400 and let's just say 90. That's kind of an average of this area. And then if we look left, we do see price kind of lining up really nicely with that. So I'm happy with this level so far. And then if we go all the way down here, this is looking a little bit messy. So let's clean it up. So I'm just going to make this a little bit slimmer, and then I'm going to move this level up. So now we are sitting at about 40,680. So a nice round number. So that gives me a lot more confidence in selecting these different zones, but we'll see when we go down to the H1 time frame because we may have to clean it up a little bit more. I like the way that this level is sitting right here. Here's a nice support. We do have a rejection right here, and then this candle just hit it and just kept going and didn't stop for a while. So that is still looking good to me. So I'm really liking these levels so far. We may even adjust this one just a little bit more. Okay, ooh, amazing. I like it. Okay, cool. We're still sitting in the same spot, 41,880, but now our lines are slimmer, so that way it's easier for us to look at inside of the real market. So now let's go down to H1. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I do want to make an adjustment on this particular level. Mainly, I'm going to play around with this and just see how things would look if I moved it around. So, for instance, if I moved it here, how does this look? Actually, I do like this. Okay, so this is at 42,330, let's just say 5. And the reason why I like this level, yes, we do have price pushing up and then coming back down here, but then I also see rejection, 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 and just look how nicely this area lines up. That looks amazing. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and go down to a lower area, and this is still looking good. So perfect. And then this right here still looking good. Look at all these rejections throughout here. All these rejections, 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 and some supports looking good. All right, so now we have this area here that's a little bit confusing, especially just because of all the choppiness throughout here. But I think this is looking good. So I want to keep this the way it is right now, and then also this area here. Cool. So now that our levels on H1 are looking good, now let's come up with a game plan for this upcoming week. So we have price that has made a new high inside of the market, and typically when prices like this, price may go up somewhere here inside of the market. And I've been kind of playing around with a couple of different ideas for this upcoming week. One thing I want to focus on is if we look over here to the side, we can see all these different numbers. And basically what I want to do is mark off really round psychological numbers. And these are potential points where price could potentially go up if it was to break this level, which is the all-time high inside of the market. If I look at, let's just say 43,000 even, that's a potential area. And if I look at 43,100, now these lines are not going to be perfect. We can make these perfect. But if I look at this level, 42 or 43,200, let's just do 3 lines and just stop there. But basically what I could do is potentially look at these levels, and all I'm doing is just cleaning them up. So just make this a nice round number right there. And then if I click on this one, this should be 100. Oops. Right there. And then the same with this one. Just cleaning up the numbers. All right. Oh, wait. Another. Okay, great. So I'm looking at these nice round psychological numbers as potential areas where price could potentially go if it was to push up here. Now, do we know if they're going to go up there? Absolutely not. But it's nice to have, at least for me, to have these levels already marked off. So that is that. And now we have the potential for price to either go up or go down. So one trade idea that I have is for price to come all the way back down here. Now, this is kind of a long way, but price throughout the week, depending on the data releases or any news that pop up, it's possible. So for price to come here and then come all the way up. So essentially what I am looking for here is for price to come into here and look for buys in this area, mainly because we did have price do that in the past where it broke up, came down, and then came down again, and then it pushed all the way up. So this was just in one day when it did that. So very high probability for price to come down to some point and push up. So that is a trade idea. And then let's just say that price was to break this level right here and then come down here. So this could be an idea for a temporary short situation, because generally this market is bullish. Since the market made new higher highs and it's looking like it could potentially go up even more, it's definitely not something that I want to short into. But if you were looking to take a counter trend trade, then this could potentially be an idea. And so the idea here would be to take a short below this level, go to down here, and then on the other side, I would be looking for the buy up through here, and then this right here. So that is the idea there. And then if we scoop this in, there could be another opportunity for the same situation. Although if we look at this over here, we see all these rejections. We see that price has hit this so many times. Then if it decides to continue to push down, then this could be a stronger shorting opportunity versus this one, mainly because look at how many times it came here. If it finally breaks through with a lot of volume, then it could continue to push through here and then also go down even further potentially. So, and then it could go, all the way down here. But I think that would take a lot of volume. Something really crazy would need to happen inside of the market in order for it to do that. And then let's just say for some reason that price did come below here. Like I said, this would be the opportunity to short, but then let's just say if we saw some sort of price action signals where it looks like price was staying up above this level and it potentially wanted to push up even further, then this would be an opportunity there. So essentially, this is my game plan for the upcoming week. If you found this helpful in any way possible, then go ahead and let me know inside of the comment section below, because I only want to make content that you actually want to see. And if you want further help with your trading, if you want to get personalized feedback from me in almost real time, then go ahead and go to profitabletradersacademy.com. Go ahead and sign up, and we will see you there. Bye.